we're making headway on being in quarantine, and we're finally out. This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, other than the fact that we missed the end of the school year, dances, musicals, the rest of my softball season.
I mean, like, I had so much planned this summer, and now it's just kind of all gone.
Yeah, exactly. And even though we're in like the green zone, it doesn't feel anything like normal life should be. And I'm the same amount of bored than I was whenever we were in quarantine.
I thought, like, whenever this all was going down in like March, I was like, oh, sweet. They're talking about 2 weeks off of school. Like, this isn't even like anything major, like, whatever. And so, 2 weeks comes by, and then it turns into the rest of the school year. And not only that, but we have to do schoolwork at home.
We still have to do the same amount of work, so we can still be, not having as much free time as we were expecting.
I agree, and I feel like I'm cyber schooled, so I try to go out as much as possible because I'm at home all the time. So I'll like do my homework in a cafe or something. Well, that was all over. So it's been really hard trying to stay motivated while I'm inside all the time.
Yeah, I thought it would be fun, but now we're split from our friends and we have to stay at home most of the day.
I mean, like, how has this impacted, like, your friendships? Because I know that with mine, I've gotten together with a couple of my friends, but we've never actually hung out in like a big group.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hanging out with a lot of friends too, but again, it's been like small groups, and a lot of the time I'm actually, talking to them virtually, whether it be on like FaceTime or House Party or something like that. I'm still talking to them at night, but not very much. I'm not really, seeing them physically as much.
I've usually been hanging out with the people on my street, just hanging out with them, not people like from my school, not like everybody I used to hang out with. Like I kind of limited myself to the people I was around.
I know, like, for my friends, like, usually, like you said, like, amusement parks, like, that's our stuff. So we've been trying to do, like, different stuff just so we can hang out. So, like, hiking and stuff that we never would really do, getting outside, like, just so we can hang out at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, throughout this whole thing, it's kind of been a good way to get to like kind of know yourself, you know what I mean? Like, you can't do, like you said, like you can't go to like the amusement parks or anything like that. So it's kind of, I discovered that I have a passion for acting. So that's just kind of something that I'm now looking forward to when COVID ends and like when I can take classes again. And that's just something that now I'm interested in that, like, maybe I wasn't before, and like, I'm into drawing and stuff like that. And I've just had a lot of time to like work on myself. So, I mean, like, what are some things that you guys have like discovered about yourself now? Like, what's something that you figured out like, oh, this is cool. Like, I can maybe think about this like after COVID.
So for me, I've had a lot of alone time. So I've been just drawing, and I found out that I was decently good at it. And I'm gonna start doing that now a little bit more than I was.
For me personally, it's not that I like found a new hobby or anything like that. It's just that I've been able to like fix my schedule so that I have enough time to do everything that I want in a day. Like I hang out with friends when I can, go to the gym with them, get some schoolwork done, still handle a job on top of that, and get to bed at a reasonable time and still get like around 7 to 8 hours of sleep, which is really nice for me.
I have to agree. I've also spent this time like fixing my schedule. Like I realized that I slept so much. And so I've been like trying to get myself on like a schedule, like eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which seems really normal. But I I always do this at the weirdest time. So I've been really like fixing my schedule too. It's like a good time to work on yourself when you're alone so much.
Yeah, for sure. Beginning of quarantine, I was a mess. I could not get my schoolwork done in the day. I was waking up at like 1. Like I was already on summer vacation mode when March hit. But like now I'm like getting ready for like college and stuff. So working out a ton for getting ready for sports and all that stuff. So like fitting all that in throughout the day, it's like.
So Nadia, what was graduation like?
The process was pretty awful, not gonna lie. It was definitely not what we expected, and it was just long, and we filmed individually, and then they put all of our clips together for like a virtual graduation. So it was kind of sad, but at least we got something out of it.
Yeah.
That's really not what anybody was hoping for, but I think it's good that they found like a way to still make it feel like you guys were together, kind of.
I saw like some schools like in the area, like 20 minutes down the road, they were like, we're gonna hold like a drive-in graduation so like everybody can still be there. And we were like, why is it different here? Like, why are we virtual and you guys get to do that? We were like, come on, why can't they just pick one thing for us all to do it? I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, for our school, all the seniors just got in their own cars and just drove by around the block and all that. And it wasn't a graduation, but it was like something that the school just set up.
Yep.
I know for some of my friends that graduated, they are so upset to hear that they might not be going to school in the fall. Because I know a couple of my friends were really excited to like get out of the house a little bit. I mean, you might be, I don't know.
Yep.
But it's like people are excited to have like a little bit of distance and like start like a new chapter of their life. And now like they might be doing college virtually from their house. And I know it like is really frustrating.
Yeah, it's super sad.
What like, do you guys know anything about this upcoming school year? I mean, you being a freshman this year in college, you know, have they said, oh yeah, we're going back for sure? Have they said, you know, everything's gonna be online?
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, they're planning on going back regular time, but obviously things change and can happen. So, I mean, our huge classes are gonna be online. They're gonna try to get smaller classes, space us out so we can have some in-person classes and come on campus and try to make it as normal as possible.
So have you still been able to like work out for college as far as like softball and stuff?
Yes and no. We can't, campus is still closed, so we can't go there. Like, we have to do everything basically on our own. You're allowed to get together with a few girls if you have any within your area to work with somebody else so you're not alone the whole time. But yeah, we can't go on campus, so.
Did you guys have to do work during those 2 weeks, like before quarantine?
My school, we got like a week and a half off, and then they said cyber school, everything's online. And then we did that for about like a month or so, and then they just said summer, and then I don't really know much about next year or what they're about to do.
They didn't do like any sort of like, you know, like days off or anything. Like we had schoolwork for those like 2 weeks actually, but like since we were all on Google Classroom and we had all these sorts of like online sources that we could use, we actually had work throughout like the entire quarantine. So, which was nice because we could still like finish school like a little bit earlier and still like get in all that work that we were missing. But
Yeah, we did the 2 weeks off, and then we jumped right into the cyber school. And then we finished like a week before we were supposed to because they just cut finals out, and they just pretty much said summer.
Yeah, my school didn't have any finals either, which a lot of people were actually pretty happy about. I was,
Yeah,
for
for
one,
sure.
very happy about that.
I think the schools kind of thought that cyber school would be like easier, but I know from all of my friends that are in public school that it was harder. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
my
It
GPA,
was, yeah.
absolutely.
like I heard you guys
awful.
got like double the homework.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
my
it was a lot
GPA
of
just-
busy
Yep.
work.
Tanked.
So
Absolutely
bad.
tanked.
Yeah, there'd
was-
be times when I wouldn't finish my work till like 6 o'clock at night. And like what happened was, you know, all my finals were canceled like you guys, but I had to do some like college exams for some like AP classes. And since those are like universal, they can't really cancel them. So we had to like study, you know, on our own without like our teacher's guidance for those tests, which are like, you're gonna send to colleges. So it was like really stressful trying to like, you know, work that out by yourself and, you know, only have virtual guidance with your teachers really.
At any point, I guess, through this, have you guys been worried? Have you guys, you know, been really fearful of what's going on and how this could affect you as a person and your family, your friends? You know, like, has that, you know, ever happened to you guys so far?
I don't know about any of you, but I am terrified because I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, we have like masks, and then like they're like, okay, but you're in the green zone, but you have to wear a mask, and then like some places you don't have to wear a mask, but then other places you do, and it's just kind of like this back and forth, and like, oh, now you can't have gatherings because like cases spiked again, and then like, oh, well, yeah, you can, but like if you wear masks or whatever. So it's just kind of like this ping pong of like, yep, nope, and I'm just kind of like, when is it going to end? When is it going to go to one solid thing? When are we going to go into like super green? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when is it going to end?
Has anyone been into like a restaurant and noticed it's like, for some reason you wear a mask in, but then you
Yeah.
can take it off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
I
just
don't
makes
think that's
no
gonna
like a
work.
double
Yeah,
roll.
that doesn't really
It was like
work.
you have to wait till you get your drink. Then you
Then
can take it off.
It
I'm not really sure what the point
doesn't
is.
make any
Yeah.
sense. It's like I'm glad that places are opening up and they're trying to accommodate some of the new like ways of living.
Yeah.
But like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know. It's like you hear so many different stories on the news about COVID, and it's just like so sporadic. Like you hear at first, you know, oh, it's just like the cold, and now you hear that like a lot of people, you know, like younger people are like dying from it, and there's just like a whole like there's a bunch of different like stories you hear about COVID, so you really don't know like how dangerous it is until you like, you know, you actually catch it or something like that. So then again, all of these businesses and stuff are doing different things based on, you know, their own judgment, which is kind of scary because you don't know if it's actually safe or not.
People on TV like shaking hands and stuff, like before COVID, and like you see these giant gatherings and you're like, that shouldn't be a thing. And then you're like, oh,
I've been doing that so much. I see
Yeah.
people in like big groups on TV and I'm like, that's weird. Like what?
What are you doing?
Like what? That's
Yeah.
odd.
isn't it so weird how fast it went? Like we've been like this for like what, 4 months now? And we're already in that mindset of like, isn't it weird when you see somebody like not wearing a mask or something like that?
Because it's
just
the
so- yeah.
new normal.
normal.
Yeah,
That's-
when this all like blows over, it's gonna be so weird like walking into a store and not like putting something over your face. Like you're gonna walk into a store and you're gonna be like, I'm forgetting something. And you're like, oh wait, you know,
Right.
Corona is not here anymore.
Can't wait. Here we are.
It's gotten to the point though where it's like, you know, you typically have your everyday items that whenever you leave the house, you're like, all right, I have my phone, I have my wallet, I have my keys, and you know, your sunglasses if you carry them everywhere. For me, it's turned into my phone, wallet, keys, hand sanitizer, my mask.
What do you guys think that's like? Let's shoot for Christmas. What do you think Christmas is gonna be
Yeah.
like this
Oh
year?
my gosh. I always wonder what Black Friday is gonna be like. Like,
Oh, that's a
what
good
is, like,
one.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
That's a good one because I love me some Black Friday.
She's like, I'm still
and-
gonna shop.
Like,
Yeah.
Cannot stop me.
Well, they're
Or
probably just
Amazon
gonna.
drivers.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna limit people like
Yeah.
they already
Everyone's
have
gonna be ordering
so
stuff.
many.
Yeah,
Like-
everyone's just gonna be ordering
And
stuff.
it's just gonna be
Oh, yeah.
brawls in the mall
Yeah.
because people are like, no, I was here first.
Yeah.
No, I was here first.
how
And
are
it's
you
just-
gonna social distance but also fight over like a
A
plasma
TV.
Yeah.
TV?
Just like get one of those like 55
Oh,
inch
like a
TVs and
grabber?
then just like by the ends of it just start tugging. Yeah.
As long as it's 6 feet
Yeah.
from between
Yeah.
you and the other person,
Arm's
we're
length.
gonna go for it.
Yeah,
So
the
I mean,
6-foot TVs. That's what we're
my
going
God.
for.
there we go.
Yeah.
No, I am worried about Christmas. Like, how is it going to work with like gathering family members, especially like ones that might be more affected than
Yeah.
others? Like, how is that going to work?
Like
Because like that
grandparents.
is like
Yeah.
the time
Yeah.
to
Well,
see
I-
family.
Family in other states too.
What about in other countries? Like, you know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah, I know
Like, how are
that
you gonna?
is-
Yeah.
Well, I think also too, what's really important is just one, if you're not feeling good and you
Stay
think something's up,
Stay
just
inside.
stay home.
Okay, well, obviously I'm going to college, but since all of you guys are returning to high school, how do you think it's going to be next year?
I think for me, if I have to stay inside for another school year, I'm going to actually go insane. Like I said, it was already hard like not being able to like go to a library or a cafe, and I don't really see stuff returning fully to normal. Like I don't want to sit outside with a mask on for like 3 hours doing homework. So I don't know, I'm really worried to see if things still stay closed or what happens.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with you just graduating and you were being a senior, I'm going into my senior year, and I saw all of the things that the seniors this past year had to go through, and I don't want that from my class, and I hope that, the schools can at least figure something out so that, these upcoming seniors don't have to go through what the last seniors went through.
My school's gonna do is like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like, either online or in school, and then Tuesday, Thursday is gonna be in school. But then you have the problem, like you said, of like, there are like 25 kids in a classroom and it's so hard to like social distance there. And then the problem, like, what about eating lunch? You know what I mean? Like, there's how many kids in the cafeteria at one time, and if they all have their masks off, even if they like take them off, or even if they just like, take it down and then put it back up, and then they eat, like that's not really social distancing, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be hard, even if you have a big school, to like social distance, like in the hallways, you know how crowded and how jam-packed the hallways can be. So I mean, yeah, like what are they gonna do?
But yeah, so, with us going back to school, it's all just unknown, and I don't know, we'll just have to see what the future brings.
So it's getting kind of late. Do you guys want to light the fire?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
Definitely.
So I'm I'm no Bear Grylls, but I will try. Okay, and it's not working. It should be fine, guys.
I'm worried about
It's
my
gonna
eyebrows.
work.
I think it's
gonna
gonna work.
We gotta blow on it a little
She's
bit.
gonna get both sides.
Yeah, well, you gotta get both sides, otherwise it's